Hola clase, this is grammar lesson number 2 for chapter 9. We're going to talk about two new verbs today, saber and conocer, and this should correspond with page 4 in your chapter 9 packet. Okay, so first of all, we're going to talk about the verb saber, and saber is a verb that means to know, and it's used to talk about knowing a piece of information, knowing a fact, or knowing how to do something. We say like, I know how to swim, for instance. Okay, it does have an irregular yo form, okay, but you can see the forms of saber up on the screen. They're yo sé, tú sabes, sabe, sabemos, and saben. So it's a regular ER verb other than that yo form. So I want to show you a couple of examples of using saber. So first of all, we've got yo sé dónde está el mercado. Now, knowing the location of the market is a fact or a piece of information, so we'd use saber. Ellos saben hablar inglés. This is an example of knowing how to do something, knowing how to speak English. No sabemos el precio. Okay? The price of something is, again, a fact or piece of information, and so that uses saber. Now, there is another verb in Spanish that means to know, and it's conocer. And a good translation for conocer is like to be familiar with. Okay? And you use it to say that you're familiar with people, that you know a person, or that you're familiar with a place, you know your way around. Or it can be used with concept or complex ideas and concepts, or kind of big picture things. Okay, so first of all, the forms of conocer, again, are an irregular yo form here, conozco. Okay, so instead of conico, the yo form is conozco. So conozco, conoces, conoce, conocemos, and conocen, regular ER verb, except for that yo form. All right, so with conocer, we're going to show you a few examples of this one as well. Yo conozco a Luis. I know Luis, I'm familiar with him, I know who he is. Okay. Ella conoce Madrid muy bien. Okay, she knows Madrid, meaning she knows her way around, she's familiar with the city. Ustedes conocen bien la arquitectura. Now, you know architecture well, you're familiar with this big concept. Telling somebody that they know a lot about history, or things that are just a really wide concept that you can't know every single detail for, those are usually the situations that conocer would be used. Most commonly though, knowing a person or being familiar with a place. All right, so we're definitely going to be practicing these two verbs and the differences and when to use each one over the next few days. But that's it for this video. Gracias and adios.